Bonjour, mon petit chou-fleur, for me, my children, and my bun. It is, oh wow, 1:02 in the morning on what is now December the 4th. It's December, this year is almost over, and I am 4 days behind in starting my reading vlog. So that's what I'm here to do. I have been reading. This month we are getting a little ambitious. In order to meet my reading goal for the year, I have to crank out 10 books this month. Is that going to happen? We'll see. I have already finished 2 this month. I have finished both Milk and Honey and The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Kaur. I read each of those in a sitting. I'm currently in between 3 books. I am listening to Becoming by Michelle Obama on Audible. I am reading Three Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake still. I started reading it last month, but I'm determined to finish it. I am 111 pages into it, and I'm starting to really get into it. It's a little confusing at the beginning with the 3 different points of view and all the characters and keeping the storylines in order but I'm sorting it out. I'm also reading The Crying Rocks by Janet Taylor Leisler. I am 37 pages into this. This is about a young girl who's adopted, and she's trying to find the truth about her identity. And I don't know what I feel about it right now. The main character is kind of the worst right now, but she's also, I think, 13. So I'm gonna try to be a little more lenient about that. And I'm not invested in the story, but I'm trying to add some shorter stories this month to get more reading done. I also, this month, plan to hopefully get to The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, another reread. It's one of my favorite books of all time. Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nagin, which I'm so looking forward to. I'm so excited to read this book. Also, the cover is incredible. And Her Body and Other Parties, which is another shorter book that I'm hoping to get through that will help me with my reading goal. It's a collection of short stories, so that shouldn't be much to get through. Okay. Greetings. So, it is 4:43 on December 5th, and I am on page 183 of Three Dark Crowns, and while I've been reading, up until this point, it's felt like it's very slow sort of build up. Not a ton was happening, not enough, for me personally, not enough sister triplets, queens, not enough sisters battling for the crown, and maybe it's twidged too much of building up the whole suitors thing, king consort thing. But I'm almost halfway through the book, and we're just getting to a point where I'm just like, well, that was unexpected. I obviously am not going to say what just happened because of spoilers, but Mirabella, girl, because it's not going to end well for anybody, and I'm kind of upset, but also a little intrigued. So yeah, I'm just gonna do some reading because I hope to finish this between like today and tomorrow, perhaps. We'll see. I think I'm getting a little cocky, but we'll see. I haven't read any of The Crying Rocks in a few days because has it been a few days? I don't know. Because I have been like getting more into this book. So I'm going to try to divide my reading time today. My glasses are so dirty. I can see it. I can see it. I'm sorry. Hello. So I have like less than 100 pages left of Three Dark Crowns. And I just wanted to pop in to say that Joseph Sandrin's working my last nerve. Like, I get it. I get that there has to be some sort of conflict, and if there wasn't conflict, I'd be complaining about being bored, but dude, bro, my guy, why are you being like this? Why are you doing this? Why are you putting me through this? Right, okay, so I just choked. I literally just choked. The last part of this book is wild, y'all. I did not see that coming. Wild. Okay, so I have finished Three Dark Crowns, and you know, I wasn't sure if I was committed to this series until about halfway through. And just like I just said a minute ago, the whole end of this book was a wild ride, and I want to spoil a lot of things, but I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. But there are certain characters in this book that can catch these hands, and the very last sentence, I'm going to get up and get the second book right now. I'm not even going to wait, because I need answers. I need y'all. As of right now, I think my favorite queen, my favorite of the sisters is, I guess, Arsenal, I guess. I find her whole storyline the most interesting. It's the one I'm most invested in. But I'm interested for how Catherine's storyline is going to continue in the next book, especially with the way the next book, with the way this first book ended. So stay tuned. Okay, so naturally I have moved on to One Dark Throne, also by Kendar Blake. I just hit myself on the side of the head. The sequel, obviously, to Three Dark Crowns. I just finished reading the book. Why don't I remember the name of it? I am pretty sure that I'm getting sick. I have a really bad headache. This light is not helping, but I do want to obviously focus on reading that today. I actually also really want to read through this dude today. Not really to do any writing. If writing happens, excellent. But I just like to sometimes just read through what I already have, and maybe eventually inspiration will strike. I haven't picked up the Crying Rocks. Maybe I'll do that today. But this has nothing to do with anything. But I just got pants from Forever 21 in the mail for a future concert, and they're just really cute. So I want to show you. They make me feel like a 90s girl group, like Destiny's Child or TLC. They're these like vinyl-y patent leather pants. They have the wallet chain, so I'm really cool. They also look like they're made out of trash bags, which really is my aesthetic. If I'm wearing it to a concert, then I'm wearing a trash bag while I'm being trash, you know? So it is 1:52 in the morning, hence this. What we're going to do, first and foremost, is ignore this dude on my face. We're calling him Martin. So this shine is because I just put my serums and did my skincare. It's not doing anything because my skin is going through it. But anyway, I'm checking in because I wanted to do this when I woke up this morning, or technically yesterday now. But I have finished reading The Crying Rocks by Janet Taylor Leisler. I have nothing really to say about it. I don't really have any thoughts about it. It didn't really get interesting for me until about the end. It was fine. It was fine, but like, it wasn't what I was hoping. I was hoping that Joelle would, this isn't really a spoiler, find out that she's Native American or part Native American, and actually like learn something about that, learn what it means, or learn about her tribe and like her family and whatever, not from history books written by non-natives. Just felt like the Native American bits were just thrown in like let's find something quirky about our main character, and it just all seemed very cliche and stereotyped. So I'll talk about this in my wrap up, but I finished that. I also just finished listening to Becoming by Michelle Obama, which I did really enjoy. I could really listen to her talk about just about anything, and it was just really interesting hearing her tell her story, and it just felt like really real. It wasn't just the put together first lady icon queen. It was just Michelle Obama. So yeah, now I can get back, really pick up on One Dark Throne. It's upside down. I'm still very early into, I'm only on page 53, and I actually was reading it earlier, but I had to put it down because I have a theory, and I had this theory, or the beginnings of this theory, in the first book, but I have a theory, and I might be right. The sentence I just read is hinting towards me being right. And watch, I'm wrong. I'm gonna be really upset, but
this is incredible.
Do you really think so?
I'm probably not. So next, I'm probably gonna, while I'm reading this, I'm gonna start reading Her Body and Other Parties. Perhaps, and maybe I'll actually start reading the Book Thief, since I'm supposed to also be reading the Book Thief. We'll see. I'll let you know. I should go to bed. I'm not tired. Okay, it's almost 2 a.m., but I just wanted to pop in to say 2 things. First, I'm actually so over this Mirabella storyline. I'm over it. She can catch these hands. Every time I have to read her perspective, I get mad. It sucks because she was like up there as my favorite queen in the first book. I was intrigued by her powers, and she just seemed like a sweet kid, and now I'm just like, literally fight me. That being said, where I was intrigued by Mirabella's powers, I was not really into Catherine's storyline. I didn't care. But just now, what I just read, I'm like, okay sis, I might have to stand. You're a little unhinged and unstable, but I might have to stand. So I need to get further into this book. I really do. I don't know why it's taking me forever to read this, but it's also stalling the rest of my reading. So I was doing so well.
You've gotten deep under my skin, and I still feel your power. You changed my voice, you locked it in, and put out any fire. And still with one touch, you got me where you want me, yeah. And it's like a rush, the waves that crash inside me, and you carved it deep into my heart, that you're the king of lions, the look of blue and killing smile. You put me more than under, and still
Release and unleash that inner beast and go after this monster.
That's what he doing.
I guess if somebody was really trying to hurt me,
yeah, we are dynamite, 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 dynamite. I closed the door, went on my knees, but then to make it harder, you changed your voice, I let you in. Now we are going under. Still with one touch, you got me where you want me, and it's like a rush.
Hello, so it is the 13th still, and I just finished reading One Dark Throne by Kendra Blake. And I can say that I am fully invested in this series now. The first book, I know I mentioned it, that it took me a while to get like really in it and like invested. It was about halfway through before. Also, I'm sorry to interrupt myself, but please, I know I look like a hot gaudy mess right now. Please disregard that. What was I saying? Oh, I was about halfway through before the story picked up for me, and I like really got invested. But I think I'm fully invested. This is the level that this book is where the first one, I was hoping the first one would have been. It's not as dark as the premise makes me want it to be, but like it's a whole heck of a lot darker than the first one was, and I'm assuming it's only going to get darker from here. I don't have the third book, and since I'm sort of on a no book buying ban right now, I might have to wait until after January, after I get back, which kind of sucks because I just want to keep going with the story. I want to see what happens next. The way this book ended hurt my feelings. I know in the last clip I said that I might have to stand Catherine. I lied. I'm wrong. I take it back. And now going into the third book, yes, I can also say that I don't hate Mirabella as much as I did going into this one. She's still not my favorite of the queens, but whatever. I have 4 books left to read before the year's up. I think next I'm going to read Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado. And I think I'm going to start, I don't know. I want to read the book Thief closer to Christmas, but I might just like start it because this is a chunky dude. And just this be like the book in the background as I go through the other ones. If not, I'm going to read Girls of Paper and Fire. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna play it by ear. I'll pick something and you'll know whatever I pick by the next clip. So anyway, back to Say Yes to the Dress. Bonjour. First things first, I have the hood on because I can't be bothered with my hair right now, even though my owl crate just came. So I think I'm going, even though it's almost 10 o'clock, I'm gonna fix this and put a little bit of makeup on and film that. I finally reached the short story that I bought this book for, Especially Heinous, which is the one that's like written as or based on an episode of Law & Order SVU, which is one of my favorite shows. I'm enjoying this so far. So far, this is the 4th story I've read, I believe. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I'm going into the 4th story. So far the first one's still my favorite of the ones that I've read, but they're really interesting and they're well written, and the author lives in Philly, so that's all I really wanted to say. I'm tired. I don't feel well, actually. I keep getting really out of breath. Not that you care. I actually have a few booktube videos I want to watch. My glasses are so dirty in my mouth, so I might actually do that. And then do my Alcrate unboxing, and while I watch those I can just read. Sorry about all the rattling in the background.
Time after time after time, I'm wondering who is she to me. I'm gonna tell you right now, cause
Hi. I'm currently in the kitchen because I just put food on. And if you're thinking, Amber, you look really, are you drunk? I'm not. I feel really waterlogged and like I'm catching a cold because I've been out in the rain all day. A friend of mine went into the city to go to the Christmas holiday village market thing, which is really, really cute. Also makes me really want to go to Germany, but it was raining all day, so.
You can't go to Germany. Oh, thank you.
But my eyeshadow survived. I don't know if it survived since I've been home because I've been like laying down and yawning, and all I really want to do is go to sleep, but I'm also hungry. But this update is because I just finished reading Her Body and Other Parties, and it was really something. At points it was really, really strange, but I liked it. Well, for the most part. I didn't quite understand all of the stories. I might have to reread it at some point to really like get it at some points, but I have a few stories that I really liked, or I think I really liked. Like I said, they're very complex and very strange, but so now I'm about to pick up Girls of Paper and Fire, and hopefully it won't take long to read that. I know I'm going to enjoy it. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I'm so excited, so I'm going to lay back here. Hi, so it's the 17th? What's today? The 18th. And I am reading Girls of Paper and Fire. First of all, I don't think I've ever showed the naked cover, or the book without the dust jacket, but this is gorgeous. This is so pretty. I am only 18 pages into this book, and I just had to put it down before I started ugly crying, because already 18 minutes in and it's intense. A thing just happened and it broke my heart, and I'm very sad. So I'm gonna get myself together, and then I'm gonna push through, because I know there's a warning for a lot of violence amongst other things in this book, but you still get to it and it still hurts. Anyway, and so far I'm really into the writing. I'm only 18 pages in, but I like the way it started. It's a strong start, I think. I appreciate that it didn't take too long to get into the actual story. I really love those types of stories where it doesn't take an age and a half to get into the story. You have to take all the time building the world and learning the characters, this, that, and the other. I prefer the type of story where you're just kind of pretty much thrown right into the main plot, and then during that time you learn about the characters, like how they react to the situation they're thrust in, and then the world is built around the actual plot line, or built but like described, and you learn about it that way. That's kind of how I like to write also. I don't know if I do it well. Personally, I'm not sure if I do, but that's just how I do things. Hello, we are updating from the laptop, and first off, I'm sorry I look like this. Second, we are watching Bird Box on Netflix, and it's basically The Happening 2.0, but Sandra Bullock's in it, so like everything's right. It's intense, but I am 183 pages into Girls of Paper and Fire, and it's actually it's so good. Oh my god, it's a lot. It's a lot of upsetting things, but it's so good. It's so well written, and the world is just like so vivid, and I'm just like really enjoying reading this. So I read a lot today, but it's kind of slowed down since we put the movie on. Sure. I'm really distracted right now, but
I read this blog post once.
I've been listening to so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer. I don't make this. You look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright.
hello, it's 2:27 in the morning. I have a headache and I feel like I'm dying, but I just finished Girls with Paper and Fire, and I have so many thoughts about this book. Like, clearly, ow, god, that didn't help. It's so intense, but it's so good and so well written, and makes me like sad and upset, but at the same time I want to fight somebody, and it's just, I need the sequel. I don't even know when the sequel's coming out, which stresses me out a little bit, but like, I can't wait for the next book. I can't wait for the story to continue. This is gonna do a lot of things to my pressure and my stress levels, but I'm ready for it. Okay, I have to collect my thoughts. I'm gonna write some things down, because if I'm doing this blog thing, I have to write out my proper review of the book. I'm not gonna write it tonight, but I'm gonna try to collect my thoughts while they're fresh. Great. Which, look at that, the cap is back. I don't remember the last time I updated. I think I was reading, or had just finished reading Girls with Paper and Fire, and I was about to start the book Thief. And I haven't updated since, and I am now on page 500 of the book Thief, which means I'm going to finish it tonight, which was the goal that I set out. I have been cramming with this book, but it's actually been a really, really quick read, despite how chunky it is. I guess part of it's to do with, I know the story, I love the story. I still love this story as much as I did the first time, and it still hurts me the same way that it did the first time. I just love this book so much. I love Max, I love Rudy, I love Liesel. They all deserved better. My poor children. So I'm gonna finish this book tonight and hopefully start the Crowns game tonight or tomorrow, because I only have 4 days to finish. Alright! Hello, so it is 2:06 in the morning and I'm doing this clip now, even though it's going to go in at the end of this video. Honestly, going to put in the vlog and the wrap up because I can't be bothered to film it twice. I look like a decent person despite the very janky lipstick I just had pie. Anyway, it's now time to determine my January TBR, and I don't know if I mentioned before how I'm doing my TBRs for a little bit. I'm kind of on a semi book buying ban because I have like a ton of books that, one, I've been saving, two, I have a ton of books from various hauls that I haven't even like started getting to. So what I did, hello, that's unflattering. What I did was put all of the book titles in my Yoda mug, and I'm going to draw from them every month, and that's how I'm going to put my TBR together. So this is the first time we are implementing the TBR mug. Okay, so let's pick my 4 books. Okay, the first book, I'm really hoping for no big books because I am going away and I'm not really trying to carry a giant book with me. Ooh, Mirage by Samaya Dowd, which I'm really, really glad about because I've been wanting to read this book and I've been putting it off, and great. Yes. Thank you. Okay. The next book, and I can't read that because that is a third book, not a sequel, a third book. I don't even know why I put it in here. Okay, next is A Study in Charlotte. I don't remember who the author is at the time right now, but great. Neither of these books is too big. They're both hardbacks though. Okay. This guy. The 48, which is a book I bought, one of the last books I actually bought. I got it around Halloween time, so that's cool. A pretty recent book. And the last one that we're adding to my January TBR is Within These Walls, which I think I got in my first book outlet haul. Right, none of them are terribly huge, and most of them are books that I'm really excited to read. So, Happy New Year! It's January 1st and I need to finish this reading vlog. First things first, I've got my usual camera that I used to film on up until September back, so thank the Lord. Okay, so like I just said, not only is December over, but the year is over. Okay, the last clip that I filmed, I think I was reading The Book Thief, or I just finished rereading The Book Thief. I still love it with my whole heart. Rudy Steiner deserved better. Max deserved better. And then after that, I read The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. I'm sorry that I actually didn't film a single clip of me reading this. I was really trying to cram. I think I read this on like the last 3 days of the year. I finished it last night, New Year's Eve. Like I said, it was a very heavy cram session, especially because New Year's Eve I was at my friend's house. Her 6-year-old cooked us dinner, which was actually very, very good. And then we did a bunch of stuff. Went a little crazy. I didn't hate this book, but I expected a lot more from it. I wanted more from it, especially like the premise sounded so cool and so interesting, and like the setting, I just needed more, and I didn't see it connect to any of the characters really. The only believable relationship is between the 2 main guys in the book, Nikolai and Pasha, one of the enchanters and the Crown Prince, and I think it would have made a lot more sense and been more believable if the whole relationship twist that happened in this book was them realizing they were in love with each other, not this other girl. This isn't a spoiler, that's literally the love triangle aspect is on the flap of the book. I wish there was more of the actual Crown's Game. The last maybe 60 or so pages has me at least vaguely interested in reading the sequel. Evelyn Skye's new book that's about to come out, I think this month, is on my list of most anticipated books of the year, and now I'm kind of nervous because I put the book on the list. One, the synopsis sounds really cool, but so does this one. But I put it on the list before reading this book, and now I'm not sure how I feel about her writing, even though I might read the sequel to this book. Who knows? I just wanted more. I just thought it was really cool that this takes place in like imperial 19th century Russia. It's like a fantasy alternate Russia, and it didn't live up to my expectations. That was the last book I read of the year. I met my goal, 50 books in 2018. I read 10 books. I read 10 books this month.
That's good.
Thank you. So not only did I meet my goal for the year, December was like the best reading month I've had, like maybe ever. So let's quickly recap the books that I read this month. I'm going to do obviously the full wrap up in a separate video, but I just want to close out the vlog. So the first 2 books that I read in December were Milk and Honey and The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Kaur. Then I listened to Becoming by Michelle Obama on Audible. Love my mom. Then I read 3 Dark Crowns and One Dark Throne by Kendar Blake. I need to get this third one. I don't remember what it's called. The novella. After that, I read The Crying Rocks by Janet Taylor Leisler. I'm gonna eventually figure out how to pronounce this woman's last name. Don't know. I read Her Body and Other Parties, Stories by Carmen Maria Machado. Then I read Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Mian. I believe that's how you pronounce her name, which I loved so much. You can read my full review. I'll leave the link down below. After that, I reread The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, one of my favorite books of all time. I'm gonna wait another 4 years before reading it, so it doesn't get, so it's still fresh every time I read it. Then I finished, that was loud, then I finished it all up by reading The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. Not bad. So, thank you for watching this really long vlog because I read a lot of books this month. Thank you for, if you have watched all of my read with me's that I've, since I think the first one was maybe February or March. Thank you. If you've watched any of them, thank you. You are rad. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, feel free to subscribe. All my places are down here so you can follow me and I'll follow you back. And I'll see you very soon.